Shakespeare's Macbeth. Hi, my name is Imanshu Kalia, and I am here today to present to you my paper slide presentation on the play Macbeth by William Shakespeare. My presentation will include the universal truth of the play, the critical commentary of other scholars to Shakespeare's work, and lastly a perspective to show Shakespeare's Macbeth in a way never seen before. In the play Macbeth, Macbeth kills Duncan, the King of Scotland, with the help of his wife. Witches play a part in the play by foretelling that Macbeth will become king and cannot be killed by any born of a woman, but that Macbeth's friend Banquo will have sons who become kings. After he kills Banquo, Macbeth becomes king and tries to kill everyone who might want to take the throne away from him. The ghost of Banquo, whom he kills, haunts him at an important banquet and shows him that killing the king was wrong. Macbeth's wife dies and Macbeth is killed by Malcolm because he was born through a cesarean operation and did not classify as being born of a woman as the witches foretold. Duncan's son Malcolm then became the King of Scotland. The play is a great example of literature because firstly it portrays the universal truth power leads to greed and greed leads to sins. Secondly, it has been said by an academic scholar that Shakespeare uses his characters wisely to add suspense and build a climax at the right scenes, said by Bill Delaney. Lastly, the play includes 3 of the 10 commandments, including from thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not lust, and thou shalt not lie. The first reason why this is a great novel is because the critical commentary that exists on the work of literature shows that the use of characters is important. Bill Delaney, an academic scholar, thinks the way Shakespeare has written Macbeth is excellent. Delaney reflects it in his literary criticism that Shakespeare brilliantly uses characters to add suspense in the play at the right time while discovering the king's dead body. This is a picture of the ghost that Macbeth sees at the banquet. Shakespeare wanted to turn the discovery of the crime into the grand spectacle by having alarm bells ringing and Macduff shouting on the top of his lungs. This shows the importance of Shakespeare using his characters cleverly to display the climax to the audience. The second reason that this is a great play is because the portrayal of the universal truth that power leads to greed and greed leads to sins. In the play, we realize that Macbeth is greedy for power and decides to kill the king in order to get it. Macbeth carefully plans the murder. Not only does he ensure that the blame won't be put on him, he makes sure that the king's son Banquo and Macduff leave the town. This way, the blame would be put on the people who fled and also were up for the throne. This scene shows that Shakespeare portrays the universal truth power leads to greed and greed leads to sin by ensuring that the audience realizes that Macbeth commits a lot of sins in order to achieve self-indulgence. The third reason that this is a great example of literature because it uses 3 of the 10 commandments, including from thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not lust, and thou shalt not lie. This shows Shakespeare's work in a perspective in which it has never been shown before. The connection between the time period and the use of commandments helps audience grasp a better understanding of the play and show the dilemma of Macbeth's sin in a different perspective. Macbeth breaks all 3 commandments in order to pursue the temptation called greed. This also happens to prove the universal truth of the play that power leads to greed and greed leads to sins. The portrayal of the universal truth power leads to greed and greed leads to sins. Bill Delaney's point of view that Shakespeare uses his characters wisely to add suspense and climax through the 10 commandments, including from thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not lust, and thou shalt not lie. These all add up to show the great work of literature in the play Macbeth. The real question behind the play is, what would you do for all that power?